Hello everyone, welcome to the Ask Barry V Show. I'm Barry Vanover. This is Miles Baker. And before we get started, I want to talk about something we mentioned in the last show, is our summer camp program. Got a great response. I apologize, that program didn't come out quite as fast as we thought, but it is ready now and available to you. Now, here's the problem, or not really a problem, it's an opportunity for you. Once we looked at that summer camp program, how good it was, there's no way we could sell it for $197. Okay, so it's $297 for the program. And the program consists of 13 different themes, a general karate camp and martial arts camp, and then all these other themes that are great for your summer camp program. Remember, if you're doing a lot of weeks over the summer, if you're only going to do 2 camps, you could call each one of those karate camp or martial arts camp to the community and it'd be fine. But if you're one of those same kids to come all summer long, then to get them to come for retention for the all 12 or 11 weeks of summer, it's great to theme the different summer camps up. And we've got all those themes designed. We've got activities to do during those camps. We've got the artwork, sign-up sheets, Facebook ads, posters, everything that you're going to need, the marketing wise and the materials. We have parent registration forms, parent information letters, schedules, everything designed in cool, totally editable PDFs. Now, another thing for the summer camps is all of that is available to you, $297, one time, lifetime. You get all that information. But what we're going to do, because I always, and Mr. Baker always, if we say we're going to do something, we do it. And we offered it on this show for $197. So we decided, well, how can we charge $297? Because it's definitely worth it. There's a coupon code that the only way you're going to know about it is if you're watching this show right here. And the coupon code is simply 100 off. When you go in to buy it, you put in 100 off in the coupon code and you're going to get it for the price that we originally said on the show, $197. Everybody else is going to pay the $297. And you know what? Since we're so good to do that, we're going to ask you to do it immediately. That coupon code is only going to be available the next 3 days that you're watching this. So don't cry to me and email me that, oh, what was the coupon code? I didn't get a chance to do it. It's fair. We're giving it you $100 off like we promised. You got to take action and do it fast, okay? Now, before we get started, that, by the way, you can see that you can go there and get that program, MA for martial arts, MAsummercamps.com, all right? We're getting ready to shoot the show, and if you remember last week, we were all dressed up in our college attire. I was decked out at University of Kentucky. Miles was decked out in the Kansas Jayhawks attire. And we went and watched the game. We had a nice friendly bet that whoever loses has to wear the other team's gear on the show this week. Well, we're getting ready to film the show. You didn't even mention it.
No.
Were you just being nice to me?
Honestly, I thought about it.
You
We
forgot
were so busy,
or whatever?
Forget. Yeah.
All right, so good for me. I don't have to deck out in Jayhawks gear. But man, if we had won, you would be
I know.
head
I would
to
have
toe.
a wildcat on my head, probably.
All
That
over.
would have been the
Yeah,
mascot
all
on
over.
the show.
Yeah, 2 years in a row I've lost this bet. It's not good. But hey, I am as Jayhawks fan as you can be, being a Kentucky Wildcat fan. So I watched them play Baylor last night, and I was cheering for them. My wife's cheering for them, even, right? So let's give credit to due. Let's celebrate the Jayhawks.
Great
right?
win.
At least
It was a great win.
At least we'll put the hat out there, right? All right, let's go ahead. We've wasted enough of these people's time. Let's get started with the first question.
The first question today, this week, I think is great. It's very simple. Herman B. asks, he says, what is your best advice for a small school owner?
Okay, small school owner.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't think like a small school owner. Think like a big school owner, right? That's the main thing, is don't go in there think. Now, granted, yes, you may be a one-man show, but think like a big school owner, and the decisions you make right now, make those decisions based like a multi-school owner. When we set up the systems for Premier Martial Arts and our new S1X model that we're franchising, every decision that we made on that was based on multiple locations. Will this work in multiple locations without anybody's personality or any one person. You know, it's just like any franchise or any business. You know, it's a system. So right now, Mr. Small School Owner, whatever you're calling yourself, think like a big school owner and make decisions like a multi-school owner. As you're going through, do things that you know are going to work in 3, 4, 5 locations. Not that you want 3 or 4 or 5 locations, but someday you're not going to want to teach classes every night. Someday you're not going to sell every piece of gear out of your pro shop. You're not going to want to have to think constantly, and you're the only person thinking about marketing in your business. Put systems in place that other people are going to be able to be successful at, and you can train your staff member in the future to do. And I guess the only other piece of advice that I would have would be to work your ass off. You know, in the personal development world right now, there's the phrase grinded is so popular. You know, I saw a video, and I do love Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's all about the grind, right? And I don't know if he made this popular or what, but now you see everybody talking about it. Man, I was grinding it when grinding wasn't cool, right? And always been grinding it. So you gotta work hard. You know, there is no entrepreneurs and self-made successful people that at one point wasn't working their ass off. And honestly, the ones that continue to be successful continue to work their self very hard. I don't want to say ass too many times on the show here, but you got to grind it out, and you got to work hard, and you got to stay focused, right? And if that doesn't motivate you, maybe a school owner's position's not right for you. You know, I don't want to bring up John Calipari just because I lost to Kansas, but in his book, he quotes, what was the football coach's name? Anyway, he talks about the famous football coach said, if every time you win lately is a relief, it's probably time to quit playing the game, quit time to coach. It means if winning, the most winning gives you is a relief, might be time to hang it up. Same thing, you know, if being in the martial arts business doesn't excite you, owning your own business, being the king of your own destiny, getting out there, making things happen that is directly proportional to your work ethic, if that doesn't excite you to be in control of your own destiny, probably should work for somebody else. So those are just some quick tips. Not quick, that lasted forever.
But working hard probably more than ever, right? Because the tide is rising, right? So if you're an independent school owner and you got competition coming into town that's a big organization that they readily have more tools and access to knowledge and things like that is just buttoned up for them to just immediately start using, but you're independent, then you got a lot of work.
I was talking to a school owner this morning that just how competitive the martial arts industry is getting, and he needs to be stepping it up. Yeah. That's what I told him. I'm like, man, you got to decide what you're going to do. You got to step it up because competition is here. Yeah. It's coming. And you've got single school owners operating at a high level now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And their competition, but you've got us, Premier Martial Arts, and you know, we're moving into the franchise model and hopefully opening up lots of more locations. And you've got other organizations and out there that are multi-school owner organizations that are taking everything to another level. Absolutely. So independent small school owner, you got to work harder than everybody else. You got to take it to the total next level.
Absolutely.
All right, so real quick, let's do another little commercial. Is instructoruniversity.com. Last weekend, I ran a lifetime special for this website that has tons of great information. And I mentioned it, your Drill for Skill program, your personal development program, online instructor college. This is not only great for your current staff members, but guys, guess what? You're going to need staff training in the future. And this is going to be there for every staff member, every instructor you ever train. If you've got a CIT program, this is great curriculum to be teaching those young certified instructor trainees. And I did it for $497 lifetime membership. Instead of normally it was $197 a month as a subscription. That offer is still running for a few more days from the time that you're listening to this. And that's at simply instructoruniversity.com if you're interested in that program. All right.
So our next question this week comes from Doug C. He asks, how do you manage your leads that you gather through your website or marketing? So I guess just organizing them, working them. Is it pen and pad? Is it an Excel sheet? Is it software?
And we've done all of those. Well, we use software. We use Studio Pro. is the software. And what it allows us to do is the leads from our websites go straight into Studio Pro. And then, of course, all the leads that we gather from promotional booths and birthday parties and text messaging, all the other forms of leads that we got coming in, Facebook and so forth, those are inputted into the software. And then the software counts those as a lead. So it shows when we go to a certain part of the software, it's going to show us the most current leads in order that they were inputted. So we're constantly working those leads. Automatic emails start flowing to those leads on a time schedule. We don't have to do anything but start making phone calls and scheduling appointments and trying to sell them and do that, our sales procedures. And then those leads, when they become a prospect, means they're engaged. They're either taking a 2-lesson trial program, they're coming in. Some of you guys may do 2 weeks free, 6 weeks of $69, whatever your engagement system is for them to come try your school. Then they get switched to that. We call it a prospect. Certain other emails start flowing to them. We're still selling them. And then hopefully they become a student. They get classified, click a different button, they become a student, and different emails. So that's how we manage those leads, and those leads flow. But once they're a lead, we call them. There's places for us to take notes on them. If we need to call them back, you can simply schedule it on a task action when to call that person back. So that's how we keep up with the leads, if that's what this gentleman's
I think that's what he's asking.
To.
And I think, without just talking about Studio Pro, it's software. I mean, you
Yeah.
just can't do pen and pad anymore, right?
you know,
can't do just the days of all these Excel sheets or just a Word document
hard.
it's just
hard
not
to keep
efficient.
up with,
Yeah.
and if you lose it. And then more importantly is keeping these leads. So putting them in something like a software that's going to keep these leads for the marketing in the future. That parent or child or adult student might not have been interested. Maybe they gave you their lead for whatever reason, but they decided they're not interested. Now, doesn't mean they're not going to be interested in 6 months when you push out more sales emails to them, one-time sales emails, or send them your newsletter. So it's gathering those leads and keeping them, gathering, keeping, and continuing to work those emails over a period of time. And of course, we use Studio Pro. We love Studio Pro, and it's really martial arts management software designed by martial artists and run in a martial arts school. It's not software that is also for health clubs and all of that. But I'm sure there's other softwares out there that do the same thing. So hopefully, if you're using these other softwares that have that capability, use that capability, because that's the important part.
Automation.
Automation.
Right?
That's the whole point, right?
Our next question comes from Brian C. He says, well, I feel our curriculum is great, but our classes do not seem to run so smooth sometimes, especially if I'm not teaching. How can I better organize my classes? So he likes his curriculum,
Yeah.
but when he's not on the floor, it's just not feeling like the class flow is
Gosh,
very
every time I
smooth.
hear that, look, there's great curriculums out there, and there's great martial arts styles out there. And honestly, it's not what style you're teaching, it's how you're teaching it. And I know that, I know some of my friends in the industry, it's been there for years. They've heard me say that a billion times, and I didn't invent that phrase and all of that. But it's true. It's not what you're teaching, it's how you're teaching it. So whether you're teaching, great styles like Tang Soo Do or Shotokan or Krav Maga or whatever you're teaching, Taekwondo, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're teaching, it's the organization of that curriculum into class management systems. So everything, man, now I'm plugging Instructor University again, but in good instructor training and good systems, you've got everything laid out and organized, from how you line where on deck is, where the students congregate and wait while they're waiting on their class to start, to how you line the students up for classes, different exciting fun ways, and different fun exciting warm-ups, and keeping that different and fresh. And the Drill for Skill program, fun drills to bring out the 6 qualities of a champion in a student. That has nothing to do with curriculum. That's all the edutaining parts of class. And it also is class management and class organization. You want to pace and peak your class. You don't want to be just curriculum and boring and teaching and teaching. You got to have these high points in class and exciting points. And that's what good class management systems allow you to do. And furthermore, I bet you the owner that's speaking, when he teaches, he can rock a class out just because he's used to doing that. But it's when his staff members teach that you risk, without class management systems and lesson plans, you risk a dip in excitement.
Yeah.
Lesson plans are a big deal. Being able to follow a lesson plan that's been structured around class management, so you're teaching your curriculum effectively and having a fun, exciting class. And that's all with good systems and good lesson plans. You know what? I'm going to put an example of Premier Martial Arts lesson plan. I'm going to put it up on the Instructor University under the free download section, just for you to have an example of one day, one lesson plan, and just see how we did it, okay?
Cool.
Speaking of, let's do another real quick commercial. And, we really never, on this show anyway, talk about our consulting.
Sure.
So I just want to say that we have a program called Business Maximizer. It's all the business systems that all 90-some Premier Martial Arts studios operate from, and the clients that we consult, that we teach and we operate and so forth. And we're running a special on that. I'm not going to say the price of it on camera, and that's just simply because we may run this a week and then sign up 4 or 5 new clients, consulting clients, and stop it. Here's the thing. If you want detailed business systems, from how to answer the phone, how to implement upgrades, how to do your scheduling, your class management, staff training, statistics, goal setting,
sales
procedures, introductory procedures, getting them signed, all of the systems that you can keep and change your business forever and pass down to staff member and train them and implement multiple locations. Simply go to martialartsmg.com, fill out that information. We're going to give you a call. And you know what? We're not even going to sell you. We're going to have an open, honest discussion about your business, and let's just see if we can help you. But I guarantee you, the price point for our consulting right now, you're going to see it, and it's going to be an extremely good deal if you're interested. Okay. So
Very cool. Awesome. That is the last question for this week.
Do I have to rock chalk this?
Yeah, I think you do.
All right, let's do a rock chalk, and we'll close it up with that. 1, 2, 3. Rock chalk.
chalk.
If you don't know what rock chalk means, just look it up. Right. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.